Hello and welcome to Love from the Other Side. We bring you stories from around the world of people that have shared their near-death experiences. It is our hope that these experiences will bring you peace and hope. While you may not agree with everything they share, we ask that all comments be kept respectful and kind. I apologize for our week or more absence. I have been recovering from a respiratory illness. I'm still battling with that a little bit, but I wanted to get back into it today. However, with that in mind, today's video is going to be a shorter one. Today's experience is brought to us by Wendy, who experienced an NDE after a short illness. I will put a link to her experience in the About section of the video, and if you click on that, you will also find a brief question and answer section where she goes into some more details about her experience. I had not been well for about 1 week. I had extreme abdominal pain and went to the doctor for a noon appointment. I almost canceled the doctor's appointment as the pain had subsided around 10 a.m. When I got to the doctor's office, I was examined quickly and he ordered an emergency ultrasound. During the ultrasound, they stopped and I was booked into an emergency surgery for 12:30 p.m. that day. I was put to sleep on the operating table. Then all of a sudden, I started floating out of my body. I felt free, peaceful, no pain. I looked down and they were doing compressions on me. I continued to float up and a tunnel appeared. There was a beautiful tunnel with a bright light at the end of it. The light was brighter than the sun but did not hurt my eyes. It was a pure white light. I knew that I had died and I would be leaving behind a 5 to 6 month old infant and my husband, but I did not care. I wanted to go into the light. I wanted to go home. When I came through the light, I knew everyone there and they were so happy to see me, welcoming me home. They were all dead relatives I had never met before, but I knew everyone. They also appeared in human form to be recognized, but I somehow sensed this was not their true form now. I had a connection with everyone and almost a collective consciousness. I do not know how to describe it. There are so many emotions right now recalling it. But before I saw everyone, when I came through the light, it felt like a blanket of love was wrapped around me. No feeling here on earth, in the present, can express the love or the feelings. Everything was pure. The brightest blues, greens, reds, yellows, whites, purples. It was like a filter being removed to see the purity of everything. I turned and went to the light where I saw what I believed was God. It was pure energy, but you knew who that was and the great wisdom that was within. God spoke to me, stating that the message to bring back was love. We all have to live in love. The next thing I saw was a meadow in the mountains with indescribable beauty. The sky was the bluest blue. The grass was the greenest green. All the colors here are extremely pale compared to there. I saw my grandmother running with children towards me. She took me by the hand and we were at the beginning of a bridge over a small creek. We talked for what seemed like hours about my life since she had died. I had just turned 9 when she died. We also talked about when she came to let me know that she had died, to say goodbye until we would meet again and not to be sad. She was so vibrant and healthy despite dying of a brain tumor. I told her how much I missed her and she said that she watches over my son and me. She said then something unexpected to me. You have to go back. It's not your time. She also said that in a blink of an eye could be 80 years in our time, but that it was man-made. There is no time here. I understood what she meant. I said that I wanted to stay, and she said, it's not your time. All of a sudden, I was falling back through the tunnel. and the light was getting further away. All of a sudden, I felt all this pain, excruciating pain from being back in my body. As I was falling back into my body, they were still doing compressions on me. The next thing I knew, I woke up in the recovery room. The nurses called to the doctor that I was awake. There was a lot of fussing around me. I was confused and extremely angry that I was back in my body. It took me about 4 years to bring up this event to my husband, and then he belittled me, stating that I was crazy. I never spoke about it again for 10 years. By this time, I was divorced and getting my life back together. I was still angry about being here, but have come to terms with it, and the anger is gone. I know I will be going back there when it is my time. I think most all of us have a grandmother or a grandfather that we miss deeply. I hope that her experience that she shared gave you the same type of feeling that it gave me, one of peace and hope and looking forward to a similar moment that I will have one day. Until next time, God bless.